Hi folks, welcome. Yeah, just here I've got a few pots just to finish off. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a finishing off video. Let me just bring down the camera here, touch closer. And we'll just talk about this. Yeah. So that's a little pod I made. We recently had a workshop and it was like a demo. So what I need to do is thumb off the base, put a cutout for a spoon in the lid. And I was thinking of putting a roller wheel impressed decoration. So let's do that. So, yeah. So, having got a bevel already thrown with a bevel there, all I'm going to do is fettle it or thumb it off along the base. Like that, and then I put my seal on it like that, and put that seal on it. I always think it's nice to put a seal on. So that's that. Now what I want to do is so I already fettled off the lid. This is a one-piece lid, thrown in one piece. Quite easy to do. But what we want to do is put a cutout for a spoon. So I'm going to put in there like a notch. All right. And then I'm going to, right there, I'm cutting, and then I'm going to come out, hopefully, where the notch is. The reason you put a notch in is so the corner here doesn't break away, which it will do if you don't put a notch in. Yeah. So like that, and then on the back side here, also cut this away. Like that. That is to allow the spoon to you want the spoon to probably come out at an angle like that. That's why you want to just remove some of that clay just there. Alright, so that's that. Let's put that back on the... Just go around it with a moist finger, just around the edges here, just to make it nice. So that fits there. Now what I thought I'd do, and this is optional, you don't have to do that. I think I've shown you these before. These are little bisque fired impressing wheels. They're just made freehand, and I use these to add decoration. So let's do that. So what I do, it's good to have a banding wheel to do this. I think I'm going to use that wheel. So just hold it against it, carefully revolving the banding wheel and the pot at the same time, like this. That's that one. Put the lid there. I'm going to do another one just down here, about there. Like that. Okay. Put the lid back. Just show you that. So, hope you can see that there. Yeah, you want to roll them. Hopefully you meet up at the other side when you come around. But that's basically, you see, this was an example from our workshop of from taking a cylinder, learning how to roll a rim, learning how to form a gallery, and then learn how to throw a one-piece lid, put in a cutout, and there you have a perfectly presentable little jam pot, mustard pot, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's one thing I have to finish, which I've now done. The other things I've just been working on have been these guys. These are pestles and mortars. A pound of clay for the base. I've got to seal these, and I've also got to put on some impression on that. So let's just bring the camera in. I'll put that again. I'll put it down on the banding wheel. Locate it in the middle. Maybe this time I'll take this one and you see how you need the banding wheel. See if I can do this one in front of the camera. Could be tricky, but I'll have a go. Hang on. So this is the pestle, and usually it's held like that, you see. So I want to put a little bit of grippiness just about there where my finger is. So I'm going to use, again, I'm going to use this guy, and I'm just going to rotate this in my hand around like that. Yeah. I go around 3 times there. It slipped out of my hand then. Try and meet up. Okay, so that's given me there, you see, something for my finger, thumb, index finger when I'm using this in the it's, again, you see, you're combining beauty with function. This around the edge, it lends itself for picking up the mortar and pestle because you've got that little bit of grippiness there. And then, as well as that, though, it adds a decorative feature. Again, on the pestle, you've got the decorative feature, but it also serves a double purpose. It gives grippiness right there where you need it. Okay, we'll do one more. This time I'll do a different one. Yeah, I'll use this one. So you want to hold it, you see, between your finger, index finger and thumb. Okay, holding it on the banding wheel, now rotating the banding wheel around, you see. So I keep the wheel in the same position. Bring it all the way around. Like that. And again, take the wheel, rotating it, pushing it in. Are we in the picture? Are we in the picture? There's that one. And again. And around. And round. And round. And round. And one more time. There. Make sure that the wheel, that make sure that these things are not got anything in them. Occasionally they get, yeah, I can see that one. When they do, you're going to have to get your needle tool, and otherwise you don't get a full impression, if you know what I mean. Okay, so there's that one. So, actually I've got to put my seal on. These are going to be, once fired, they are sprayed over with wood ash. Okay, there's no glaze goes on the inside in here or on the outside, just wood ash sprayed over. That's all it gets, and it just gets no bisque firing, just straight in the glaze kiln with wood ash, and that's it. Alright, so those are a couple of pestles and mortars. Have a go at making pestles and mortars, they're fun to make. You just need to, these for example are made out of 1 pound of clay, and you want to throw them a little bit on the thick side, okay? And the pestles are thrown off the hump. I encourage you to have a go at that. Also a simple cylinder with a rolled rim, a gallery and a simple one-piece lid with knob included can make quite a nice little presentable mustard pot, jam pot. Okay. And have a go at making some of these guys. They're so simple to make. I tell you what you don't want to do. You don't want to go online and find somebody who's selling generic stamps and things. You want to make your own. We are potters, are we not? All we need is a piece of clay, and all you've got to do, you can form and make your own stamping wheels and stamps of all different types. I'll show you some briefly. As we're talking about it, why not? I mean, you really don't have to buy these things. The problem with buying them, you see, that's just a piece of clay, and then you just put in it, scratch in an engraving. This is a piece of clay that was rolled flat and then kind of rolled up on itself, you see, and then bisque fired, and you just squidge the end. That gives you interesting design. All right, so be impressed and get impressing. Get making your own, because you see, if you make your own as opposed to using a stamp that 500 other people have got, you've got something that's a little bit more original, haven't you? And you can and you've got them for life. Well, until you drop it, until you know. And these are just a few. There's many different designs that you could put on this wheel. That's what they call herringbone. I don't know what these are called. They're just ones I just invented. But I mean, you know, come up with your own designs. Get creative. And yeah. Hey folks, thanks for joining us. Just a quick video there on finishing off these pestles and mortars and that simple jam pot, and a brief little talk about stamps and wheels and impressing. Do it, and I'll see you in the next video. Meanwhile, keep practicing. Go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, and pick out for yourself a workshop that you think you can make it to, and write to me, and then come here and join us for a workshop. We'd love to have you. See you soon. Bye bye.